Hello, welcome to another cast. Starting off, we have Nurland playing the Plague Champion with a nice pink skin over here. For the blue team, we have Viking in mid playing as the Warlock, and onto the right hand side we have Yaay playing as the Warp Spider Exarch. Now for the red team, we have zeetorq on the Lord Commissar, we have Dark Riku mid on that Apothecary, and DarkHero off to the side here with that Mekboy going to be teleporting around along with the Warp Spider, who's actually also on the same side as well as the Mekboy. Things can get quite annoying then on that right hand side, keeping track of where the commanders are as they teleport around the map, being annoying in general. Starting off, we have the Warp Spider, the Warlock, sorry, going in for a very early mid cap, who actually didn't cap it in time, does go for a destructor on those scouts and does decide to back away before finishing away that cap. Does take quite a bit of damage actually from those scouts, down to about half health. Meanwhile, onto the side we have Nurland trying to run away from these guardsmen and Lord Commissar. You see the guardsmen are glowing yellow, which means they have been executed, so they do have that 100% damage buff from the Inspire Courage ability. The Lord Commissar does start off with, does cost 50 energy, you do lose a guardsman model, but you do get 100% damage for the rest of the models in the squad. Very nice buff overall. Meanwhile, we do have the Warlock jumping in here. The Warp Spider is also mid supporting the Warlock, although DarkHero has moved his Mekboy and the rest of his Orc army to the side as well. The Warlock will be backing away there for Viking. Warp Spider behind some green cover, will teleport behind some more green cover. And do you see that the Orc army is coming in, along with zeetorq actually coming in from the side with his Lord General and some guardsmen. In fact, zeetorq actually hasn't got a sentinel this game, he's just opted for double guardsman. Doesn't need that sentinel apparently. And we do actually have all three armies in mid right now. For red team, do see a war banner going up, do see some sure boys going after that cat, banshees after Lord Commissar, but there's too much range fire supporting that Lord Commissar. It does actually need to get those banshees out of the Lord Commissar himself, who will need to leave as well, as Warp Spider and some Dire Avengers, Plague Champion and some CSM still remain in mid, trying to do what they can. Sluggers are going to go in here. The Warp Spider does teleport away to a safer location, away from these sluggers, but there's just still too much here for the Warp Spider to deal with. Look at the amount of range fire coming in from these shooter boys with their big shooters, tactical marines as well, and we actually have a guarding weapons team coming in, set up right in the face of these tactical marines. APOC going for a very fast stormwater as well, can be very useful. Take down that Warp Spider since he has nothing against knockback immunity. He doesn't have any knockback immunity. Doesn't actually have enough energy for the ability, and it's a bit risky to use the ability now since the APO is taking too much damage there. We need to be backing away. And Viking and Yaay both going for an early guardian weapons team each, will be both setting up in mid, and it looks like they'll be able to recover this victory point as well. Banshees meanwhile onto the side here by Yaay, does take down one generator. Generator is instantly replaced however, and DarkHero was forced to send his army over there to actually go and stop them. We actually have some Dire Avengers from him as well. Could see a grenade on the feet of these sluggers. You see a grenade going down, will actually land. Does take down 3 models there as well. DarkHero managed to dodge some of the damage there by reacting, but overall it's very difficult to dodge a grenade point blank like that. I need to predict it a little bit. Noise Rains and Havocs over here for Nurland. No upgrades onto the Plague Champion or these Heretics yet, but these Havocs will be doing a nice job keeping the Lord General and all his guardsmen and Catachans at bay. Catachans do have the old unreliable to interrupt these Havocs, but sometimes will fail, so gotta be careful of that, and that's also why it's called all unreliable. I actually have a Pain Boy coming out here for DarkHero, allowing him to heal up his sluggers, along with the battery pack actually. That's a lot of support for his sluggers in combat, although it's 3v3, so it can be a bit more difficult to actually get your sluggers in a fight and have them like properly supported. However, the Pain Boy and Mekboy together, if your Mekboy does get the battery pack that is, can actually support sluggers pretty well. They have some Dire Avengers walking away here by Viking as they got a bit low. They have an energy shield going down, although the energy shield has almost run out instantly. Warp Spider will be forced to go away here, but could actually die to range fire, 25 HP. Mekboy does teleport forward, looks like he's really after him. And 1 HP, no, he will go down. That Daka weapon upgrade onto the Mekboy is going to be a bit too strong here. And you actually do see that battery pack I was talking about earlier, so these sluggers, if they get their burners as well, could actually see them do quite well in combat. But then again, you can always use the support for other units, it doesn't have to be your sluggers. I'm just thinking sluggers because a lot of people tend to support them more so compared to the ranged boys since they don't need as much protection. Banshee's actually going to jump in here. This whole army getting suppressed here by the Guardian Weapons team of Yaay. Banshee's actually getting a bit too greedy there, losing a couple of models. Yaay's Guardian Weapons team still set up. Mekboy doesn't actually have any energy to get this Guardian Weapons team, although they are getting flanked by some shooter boys from DarkHero, so they will actually get forced away to retreat. We have some scouts coming in here for Dark Riku mid VP, currently belonging to Red Team. And Red Team are after this other VP as well, at the natural. Meanwhile, Nurland's actually pushed through and neutralized this one, even captured it, sorry. Captions and spotters on the field for zeetorq. Quite a lot of interruption against these Havocs. Do see the Heretics upgraded to Grenade Launcher Heretics as well. Oh, and Lull getting used onto the Heretics. Look at the damage it's doing to these Heretics as well. Lord Commissar could actually just run into these Havocs, to be fair. He wasn't actually getting focused down there. Will run in now, however, Noise Marines are trying to do what they can, although they need to be focusing down Guardsmen rather than Lord Commissar. Lord Commissar will get forced away, however. Guardsmen trying to go after the cap in the middle of the fight. I'm not sure about that. Castagens are actually going to try and walk up to these Havocs point blank, although they don't actually get there in time. I'm surprised they didn't use the shotgun blast. I actually had enough energy for it. It must have been on cooldown. And now Noise Marine's going to go after these Guardsmen as well. The Guardsmen will be forced to retreat away. These other Guardsmen and spotters may also need to retreat away and be careful. Meanwhile, onto this side, I do see both armies pushing very aggressively for this VP. Grenade going down onto that Guardian Weapons team. That will go down. The Avenger's barely going down. Almost going down, sorry. Banshee's retreating away, and this squad from Dark Riku will be capping after throwing that juicy grenade onto that Guardian Weapons team. Banshee's here, 5 models at 200 HP, bound to lose a model in retreat, so the amount of range fire here I would have thought. There goes 1 model, 2 models even, and the Dire Avengers will also be running away at the same time. Meanwhile, the Warlock is coming back into the fight. We do have double tactical marines here for Dark Riku. Don't think that was called in via drop pod though. They have another wall banner set up here for DarkHero's previous one, which was in mid, was destroyed, and now has built one over onto that right hand side VP. Scouts are going to stealth. They do have their elite training, however they don't actually have a grenade available. It should be on cooldown still, so we'll just see them melee down the squad, I imagine, or just flank them and start shooting them. Meanwhile, onto this side, we have some smoke going down here by the Castagens. When underneath the smoke, you cannot be suppressed. In fact, spotters pushing in very aggressively here. Off to the side, could actually force melee into this Havocs, although I don't think it was the intention for them to walk that far. Could actually go down 12 HP, could go down to the damage over time. Plague Bolter there. Shotgun blast onto the Havocs. Spotters do go down. Castagens going to force melee into these Havocs as well. Havocs and CSM forced away. Their Grenade Launcher Heretics, Noise Marines and the Plague Champion still in this fight, but these Castagens should get forced away. Cacophony should be used onto them just to stop them from meleeing these Noise Marines. Plague Champion coming in now. These Castagens will lose some models now. Did already lose 2 models so far. Could actually lose another one, but Lord Commissar coming in with that Aura of Discipline. Heal will prevent them from losing any more models. He's going straight after these Heretics as well, but taking quite a bit of damage. He's alone right now. Some Guardsmen are on the way, but he went in a bit prematurely, I think. Plague Champion taking quite a bit of damage. Does need to actually get behind some green cover and rely on the Noise Marines and Grenade Launcher Heretics to keep those Guardsmen intact. Wraith Lord onto the field with a Shuriken Cannon upgrade on the way as well. Wraith Guard as well coming in for Yaay. But this Wraith Lord Wraith Guard combination should be enough to force off Dark Riku and DarkHero for a little bit. Be able to reclaim their natural VP, which they already have. Meanwhile, they actually have Dark Riku coming in for a little bit of Power Bash Grenade going down. Will catch the tail end there, doing a little bit of damage, but not too much. But they do need to get out of there because Banshees are flying in with their Fleet of Foot and their X-Cycle. A lot of friendly fire damage coming in from Yaay, however. These Banshees actually only took damage from friendly fire there. That is quite unfortunate. We do have P-Dev set up as well. These Banshees will need to be careful, although they were not the target apparently, but the Wraith Lord should be able to do a good job of interrupting it. Over a last cannon is set up as well onto these Devastators. This Wraith Lord has already taken a massive chunk of damage, down to 2/3 health, now down to below half health now. Double Dire Avengers on the field for the repairs, however. It will get out of there, but it will be out of the fight. Warp Throw coming in, could see some grenades. Actually decides to warp throw them away from himself. I thought he was going to warp throw them in closer. But apparently not. Do have these sluggers coming in. Still no burners on these sluggers, which I'm kind of curious about, the burners do give a health build, give like a 10% health boost as well to your squad on top of, well no, 20% health boost I think it is, sorry. On top of giving 2 of your models power melee, which will come in useful against those Wraith Guard on the field, which are heavy infantry. The Warlock actually did die there, and he's in a bit of an awkward spot there to actually get resurrected, so I think he might need to be repurchased instead. We have Raptors coming in as well for Nurland, some late Raptors in fact. We do have their Aspiring Champion already. This heavy weapons team could go down. The 1 HP, the Melter Pistol is not going to be enough from that Aspiring Champion. Guardsman taking a lot of losses there. The Noise Marines and the Auto Cannon are going to be enough to actually insta-give that squad almost. Noise Marines onto the Ogrins now, doing a bit of friendly fire damage to those Raptors, but in the end forcing them away, which is what Nurland wants, so you can actually remain in control of that VP. Tank Busters coming out as well, imagine as a counter to that Wraith Guard. Banshee's going to fly in here and go after these Slugger boys. I'm pretty sure Sluggers can win. They do have a lot of support here with the Pain Boy and Mekboy battery pack. However, the Banshees do have a lot of range fire support as well. Banshees will be the ones getting forced off. The Swamp ability was used there on those slugs to reduce incoming range damage. However, the Wraith Guard are going to come in uncontested now with no melee onto the field. However, the Mekboy is going to be the one who tries to melee them. However, more Banshees are going to stream in here, this time from Viking though. Going to go after these Sure boys. Do have a missile barrage going down. That's actually going to miss the Banshees as they manage to remain into this fight, and Tank Busters will be trying to retreat away there. You see that Warband again used as well. Banshees could actually turn around onto these Tank Busters and perhaps take a model, but they're actually going to ignore them and go straight for that Gen Farm by the looks of it. Do you see the Petulant strike ability coming in now for the Play Champion? There we go. Plague Fist is what I was actually meant to say, and accidentally called out his ability instead. But it does also have the Armor of Pestilence as well, giving him a lot of health. Gives extra 600 health and your Aura of Decay ability, which we just saw there, once he's taken a certain amount of damage. Mark of Khorne Marines coming in. That Plague Champion will go down, I think. Yep, the Ogre in some heavy melee is going to be a bit too much. We do have Heretics trying to worship, trying to do what they can. Noise Marines will get forced off. These Mark of Khorne CSM should be able to win. They do have more health against these Ogrins as well, but Dark Riku is in this fight, which is going to make things a bit more awkward. That Lord Commissar will probably be able to force away the rest of the army as well. Raptors are going to get forced away, and it's quite a strong blob there coming in for Dark Riku with these double tacks and Apo just roaming around the map. However, on the other side, the power bash is trying to happen. Do you see a power node and one generator has gone down? Do you see these Tank Busters doing a barrage onto these Wraith Guard? There's a lot of suppression here as well with the Guardian Weapons teams and the Wraith Guard together, so I don't think DarkHero can actually hold just yet, especially with Banshees actually going to fly in from the backside here. Banshees decide to change target mid-leap onto that generator for that cool mid-air change of direction. You see the Wraith Lord over here though for Viking. The Warlock will go down once again. Should be quite a lot of XP here for yaay. Well, free XP anyway. As this army will get forced off. However, yaay is currently on the other side of the map, but the armies here should get forced away, and they do. At least Dark Riku has retreated his army. Zeetorq's actually walking back over to his victory point. He actually wants to try and hold it for a little bit. But the Aspiring Champion as well onto these Mark of Khorne CSM. Actually have a looted tank coming out for DarkHero though. Currently no improved armor plating on it, however we do see it actually being able to force off the army here. Warp Spider Exarch is still up, and the Guardian Weapons team looks like it's just going to fall back onto that VP to try and protect it. Could see a Warp Spider call in to actually get the grenade ability, so you can actually stop that tank in its place and use the Wraith Guard with Crack Shot to actually take it out. Or you could always upgrade to a Bright Lance Weapons team instead to actually have the big shot going down to these Dire Avengers. Banshees will also get knocked back as part of it, and it looks like the Warp Spider is on its way over to go and res the two commanders that have fallen for blue team. Fire Prism on the way here for yaay, and meanwhile Dark Riku's actually opted for a Land Raider Redeemer. Fire Prism will be out on the field before that Land Raider, since it does take quite a while to build. Noise Marine's going to do some Fog of War auto firing into the, well, let's go after that VP. Can't actually have vision to see if anyone's capping it, but just going to take some blind shots there, and Looter Tank will actually take a shot to Noise Marines, prevent them from firing anymore, to actually have that Bright Lance Weapons team coming in there now. But it's for Viking instead of yaay. But it's all after the same targets anyway. Wraithford looks like he wants to go in there, does have that shuriken cannon, so it's not going to be very effective against that looter tank. You do see that he played champion and was resurrected, and so was the Warlock as well from here, from yaay. But yaay's commander could be in a bit of trouble, does have teleport available. Ogryns and Lord Commissar just not even going to bother going after him, because they know what the result is going to be. Does look like the Exarch here for these Wraithguard were killed as they were stunned just there. PDev's actually going to get a very nice shot onto them, in fact landing on all three models. All needs to be careful, only 400 HP left. Channeling runes now coming in. I can't even see what the Warlock is. Oh no, this isn't channeling runes, sorry, this is the Wraithbone upgrade. I thought it was the channeling runes. This loot tank does need to be careful. We'll go down to the Fire Prism, however, along with the Wraithguard. There's going to be an army forced away here for DarkHero. We have Tank Buster Barrage coming in. Crack Shot getting used onto these Wraithguard as well. Meanwhile, we have Banshees coming in. Warp Throw is used as well onto some Tactical Marines. Doesn't seem to have gone off at all though. The Land Raider coming in. Warp Throw has been cast once again and it's actually thrown it towards the army here of Blue Team. Wraithguard doing quite a lot of damage. This Tactical Marine squad probably is going to go down. The armor of the Apothecary, there's not going to be enough healing there. Grenade going down, could catch out one model, does catch out one model. We have some Dire Avengers over here, a bit far forward I think. Prism will try and take some shots onto the Land Raider Redeemer there. Wraithguard actually going to take some shots onto it as well. But do need to back away, so they're taking quite a lot of range damage there. PDev's still in the field as well. Wraithguard looks like he wants to come in as well. Still only level 1 actually. Been alive for quite some time. This is still only level 1. We actually have in D-cannons on the field. Do see a singularity going down, but all the units actually get inside the Land Raider there, so they can't actually be caught out by that. Do see them all exiting the Land Raider now. But D-cannon, quite some range there. Could actually do some ground attack onto that Land Raider Redeemer if they know roughly where the area is, or could even just blindly do it and hope for the best. This VP remains uncapped for now. Nurland trying to push in very aggressively there. We have Raptors jumping in, followed up by these Market Core and CSM. Play Champion is trying to cap in the meantime. Plasma guns onto these guardsmen, actually doing a lot of damage to these Market Core and CSM, trying to get into the fight. Shotgun blast getting used onto the Raptors, and Ogren's going to flood in as well. Raptors are level 3 as well, doing quite a good job so far this game. Grenade Launcher Heretics trying to do some worship to try and heal up those Raptors, where it's not going to be enough. Auto Cannon trying to do what it can. Noise Marines haven't actually taken a shot yet, and will get interrupted by the smog there. They actually do get a shot onto these Ogryns, do take away a model or two. 2 models down onto these Ogryns, but it's still going to be a fight here where Nurland needs to pull out. Moving on to this side, we have a bit of action going down. We have some Shooter Boys going down, some more Shooter Boys, actually Slugger Boys this time now, could go down. 26 HP, another Looter tank is in dire trouble here. Banshee's also in trouble, we need to get away. This Fire Prism should be able to chase down this Looter tank, but there are Tank Busters still on the field, however. I don't know if the Fire Prism has vision on it. It should have vision on it now. It does actually take the shot. We'll get it as well. Fire Prism level 2 now. Still only on 120 HP. Does need to get that repaired immediately. Meanwhile, PDev's going to take some blind shots here onto this Wraithguard. Actually, not a blind shot. They should be able to see that. Land Raider's still up in mid, actually been fully repaired now. PDevs will actually get another shot landing onto that Wraithguard, and this Chaos Shrine of Nurgle is going to be a target of the APO and this Tactical Marine squad. Currently hasn't upgraded to a Stern Guard squad. I don't think Riku actually has a Stern Guard. No, he doesn't have a Stern Guard squad. Decan doing quite a bit of damage here to that Tactical Marine squad. PDev's just taking shots everywhere. Another Decan coming in, this time for Viking. This D-cannon needs to fall back a little bit. In fact, ooh, that's a very painful plasma cannon shot. Actually taking a model there from the Bright Lance weapons team and the D-cannon weapons team as well. Got Noise Marines coming in here mid for Nurgle along with the Auto Cannon. Have another PDev shot onto these D-cannons. These PDev shots are extremely painful. Meanwhile, zeetorq's army is coming in as well, but there's quite a lot of melee here for Nurland. Tactical Marines will lose a model there. Shotgun blast onto those Market Core and CSM Raptors, actually using their jump defensively there. Ogryns have actually been executed. You see the amount of speed that they've got. Lord Commissar does have the Bionic Eye, so we do have the Inspired Determination, which gives them a ridiculous amount of speed. Meanwhile, we do actually have a Terminator calling as well here. It looks like Warspider should be able to detect that. Warspider needs to be careful, he's just is a bit deep there. I was trying to get vision there for an Eldritch Storm. Going to land onto those P-Devs. Will actually catch out the looted tank as well. P-Devs will get wiped there. We do see the Land Raid actually took a little bit of damage there as well. Looted tank taking even more damage than that though. Play Champion's going to try and go. And needs to use the Pestilent Strike ability though. There we go. Reduces incoming range damage by 90%. So looted tank does need to be careful here for DarkHero. While the army of yaay is coming in from the side. That looted tank is quite low. Noise Marines doing some nice work against these tactical marines and Terminators as well. Banshees are going to have to leave. Do have a Dire Avenger doing a grenade spike onto those tactical marines. Another Eldritch going down, this time on top of the Land Raider itself, however, catching out the army of Dark Riku and some of the army of DarkHero. That looted tank will go down as well. Crack shot you can use onto the Wraithguard. This Land Raider Redeemer is probably going to go down. Grey and Cleave one is also going to lead the charge in mid. Terminators are probably going to be the next target since they cannot retreat away. Apo gets pulled in there by the Grey Unclean One. Warlock actually reviving the Warp Spider in the middle of combat. The Grey Unclean One could have actually killed that Apo there, but is actually walking away though. Crack shot on these Wraithguard though, doing so much damage. These everything in the range of it is going to go down, but the Wraithguard actually getting used there, so they can't actually fire. DarkHero says that he's actually lost everything. He's actually only down to tank busters and shooters right now. Lord Commissar with that power sword actually doing quite well against these Market Corn CSM. But overall I think that they will be able to force away that Lord Commissar. Doesn't actually take any models. I thought he might be able to take one model there. And these Market Corn CSM going to go in for the cap.
We have the advantage for now.
A lot of people did lose quite a bit there from that double Eldritch that did happen. Spot shells coming in, but not going to be in time. The Market Corn CSM will get that decap, however, but they will need to back away as they can't really fight these guardsmen with plasmas along with the rest of the army that's going to flood in here for zeetorq. We have a Leman Russ on the way for zeetorq as well. Blue team 283 to 216. And right now is kind of the calm before the storm, waiting for people to actually get reset up, I guess. Although everyone seems to be having a bit of a friendly chat in the game. So I have this Guardian Weapons team off to the right hand side, still just going to sit there protecting that VP. We do have another Singularity going down, do actually have Commanders getting revived as well. Apo is going to get rezzed there by that Mekboy. And they begin to set back up in mid as well.
Your allies have claimed a requisition point.
So far, not a single bullet has been fired in the past minute. Leman Russ going to get that Executioner Cannon, very good against heavy infantry and super heavy infantry. And also does alright to vehicles. And here we go, the Fire Prism is leading the fight very aggressive, a bit too aggressively there. It just drove in there. I'm not too sure. But the Play Champion, the Grey Unclean One, taking quite a bit of damage here from that Leman Russ. Noise Marine's going to get very nice shots. These Catchins only down to one model, 60 HP, doesn't need to get away. Rocket Run is going to get used and it's going to catch out so much there. Oh, wow, and the second barrage as well. It seems to have wiped a couple of squads. Tank Buster Barrage nearly taking down a Fire Prism again. In fact, the Fire Prism just showing off his rear armor. A single Tank Buster salvo would be able to take that out. And the rest of the armies are going to stream in from the sides. These are pushing in a bit more aggressively there. The Tank Busters actually getting healed, and Imperial Abyss getting used as well. Going to catch out quite a lot there. The knobs will go down. Terminators actually have to teleport out of there as well. Play Champion himself will go down. These knobs, I'm not sure what upgrades they have. They have the knob leader, I'm not sure if they've got the frenzy ability. They don't have the huge hammers either. The Grey Unclean One's still posing quite a bit of a problem as he's just currently a massive bullet sponge right now, or a plasma cannon sponge even, against the armies here. Do have a res going on mid-combat. This Warp Spider could actually get a res as well, and the Play Champion should be able to get out of there just fine. And the VP was actually neutralized, but these Dire Avengers will be able to recap it back up. Meanwhile, we have an Avatar coming in for Yaay, another Land Raider Redeemer coming in for Dark Riku. We do actually have another looter tank here for DarkHero as well. And Wraithguard do so much damage to this. In fact, it will actually go down to a D cannon. The D cannon does do the initial damage onto the ground, and then for a few seconds will do some damage over time as well. Dark Riku sending a scout squad here, doesn't actually have any upgrades. This is not the same scout squad from earlier. Will be met by that Guardian weapons team. If it was the one previously with the elite training, the sergeant could have flanked here and forced away that Guardian weapons team, or even killed it actually with a well placed grenade. I don't think a well placed grenade would have actually killed it. I don't know if the models are a bit too split there, but might have got away there with one model. And another calm before the storm, waiting for the second Lehman Rust here for zeetorq before making the next push, I'd imagine.
Chaos has the upper hand.
Currently, no one actually has enough red for a nuke. Dark Riku and DarkHero are extremely close to a nuke on 480 and 496. Actually, Orks do get the red over time, so he should actually have enough, providing he doesn't use any abilities that cost red. These knobs are actually taking a lot of damage here from just random stuff. They have so many energy shield sets up in the mid, it's going to be so difficult to actually get the cap or get the decap. Even Terminator is going to lead the charge very aggressively. Lehman Rust is also coming in as well. Rocks is going to go down onto the D cannons, and Fire Prism, that D cannon squad is in trouble. That Fire Prism isn't, they're more trouble in fact. The D cannon will actually live, actually gets Roxed out of the area. Lehman Rust here will go down. I'm not actually sure what it went down to. Those Marines and an auto cannon are set up, and it could have gone down to that. Marker Corn CSM will get forced off. The Raptors are currently sitting in range as well. And in fact, they actually do have the melter gun upgrade. The icon hasn't updated, or the icon does bug out. Terminators try and go in for a decap, are not able to actually get that decap. However, the armory Apothecary getting used, so these Terminators healing for 1.5% of their health per second there. And the cost of the Apo not being able to move. However, we do have a Wailing Moon coming in, is going to land right on top of that Devastator squad as well. They did try to get inside that Land Raider Redeemer, but were not quick enough. The Knobs also going to get caught out here by this Avatar. However, the Knobs should be able to just retreat back to the Land Raider Redeemer. Although they are quite low on health. They are level 2, but they are missing an extra 2,500 HP. We have the Crackshot Wraithguard coming in. Crackshot being used frequently on this Wraithguard squad. In fact, they are level 4 as well. Warp Throw into a Singularity here. Very nice combination. Warlock is also going to get caught out by his own Singularity there, however, but does do a lot of damage to that Blast Cannon Devastator squad. This Avatar should go down. It's actually kind of alone over here, but there's so much heavy melee coming in against it. Flash gets also on the field. And it looks like people have got nukes ready. Another Lehman Rust coming in with another Executioner cannon. They need to be quick though. Red team currently only on 12 VPs, meanwhile blue team on 283. This Lehman Rust taking a lot of damage here. Another Avatar on the field, this time for Viking. We do actually have Knobs trying to do what they can. Cap, we have a grenade going down by some Dire Avengers, still capping. Actually no, they've actually been knocked off the capping, and it's not going to be in time. Wailing Moon coming in as well. No, it is in time in fact. Another Eldritch going to go down inside Land Raider Redeemer, is actually tearing infantry up around it. This VP remaining uncapped, currently on 1 VP red team. Red team do need to tread very carefully here. Knobs were going to retreat back to that Land Raider. Another Singularity is going to go down as well. In fact, they need to get inside this. Avatar is just going to lead the charge in. Some scouts do get pulled in, but the Knobs are inside that Land Raider Redeemer, and some Dire Avengers trying to capture. Frag Assault going down to take down one mob that was inside there on that VP cabin. Meanwhile, we do actually have some Market Corn CSM off to the left hand side trying to do some capping, but Lehman Rust and Lord Commissar should be enough actually to kill the squad in fact before it can even finish what it's doing. Meanwhile, we actually have some more stuff going on. Terminator's going to be the one capping for a red team. They do need to get out there. Knobs are going to try and join the fight as well. It's not going to be... They're a bit low. Even the Apo won't have enough healing to heal them back up to full health. We do have a flare going down onto the army here. In fact, it's not going to really capture much out. Blue team desperately trying to capture this, but neither team seems to be able to get a grasp onto this VP. We do have the Plague Champion going down there as well. Going to go after that cap. Land Raid's having to pull out slightly. These Crackshot Wraithguard just doing so much work. And it looks like the play champion is going to be able to get the cap as well. And that will end the game. So much action going on in this mid of the map. All this destruction. You can see the remnants of the rocket run here, all this charred ground as well. And blue team will win. Starting off for blue team, we have Floyd playing as the Hive Tyrant. We have Hunter as well playing as the Hive Tyrant, and finishing off the lineup for the blue team, we have Nurland playing as the Chaos Lord. Onto red team, now we have Dark Riku up in the top lane playing as the Apothecary. We have Tyberos playing as the Force Commander in the middle lane, and we have zeetorq in the bottom lane playing as that